Dante Alighieri mapped the human soul's journey towards salvation within a highly specific philosophical architecture. Following the static, downward spiral of hell, the narrative shifts at the base of Mount Purgatory, beginning an upward, dynamic ascent. The governing logic of the Inferno is contrapasso, a system of poetic justice where punishment is a permanent, static retribution for earthly sins. The contrapasso of purgatory functions as a curative measure. It is a temporary, painful regimen designed specifically to heal the soul's internal inclinations, rather than just punishing its external actions. Dante envisions purgatory as a spiritual hospital. He uses spiritual surgery to cut away vice and restore the soul to its original health. This hospital is built on the philosophical premise that love is the primary engine behind every human action. For Dante, even evil acts are simply love that has been directed toward the wrong object, or expressed in the wrong amount. The mountain is structured into 7 distinct terraces, each corresponding to one of the 7 deadly sins. Dante categorizes these levels based on how the soul's love has malfunctioned. The bottom levels address perverted love, the middle, deficient love, and the top, excessive love. By reverse engineering these physical punishments, we can see exactly how Dante believed the soul could recalibrate its desires. Perverted love occurs when a person's internal desire is directed toward the harm or suppression of their neighbor as a means of elevating themselves. On the first terrace, pride stems from the psychological motive of wanting to stand above others. The proud are forced to carry massive boulders that bow their bodies toward the earth. This physical weight instills humility, a state they must endure until the flaw within their own will is corrected. The second terrace, envy, is defined by the motive of finding joy in another's misfortune. Dante punishes the envious by sewing their eyes shut with iron wire. Deprived of the ability to look at others with malice, they must listen to examples of charity and rely on one another for guidance. Above them is wrath, the blinding obsession with revenge. A blinding, acrid smoke suffocates the wrathful, physically mirroring exactly how anger completely obscures human reason and vision. This lower mountain physically neutralizes the aggressive ego, forcing the soul to recognize its dependence on the community it once tried to dominate. The middle level addresses deficient love, a spiritual laziness or apathy known as acedia. On this fourth terrace, the soul's journey toward God stalls, because it lacks the necessary motive force to pursue the good. Dante corrects this through exhausting motion. These formerly slothful souls must run ceaselessly, using this frantic activity to generate the zeal they lacked in life. By forcing this perpetual movement, the contrapasso shocks the soul out of its apathy and restores its spiritual momentum. On the final 3 terraces, love is directed toward good things, but in a destructive, obsessive excess. Passion for money, food, or pleasure has been elevated above ultimate spiritual goals. The 5th terrace purges avarice, the motive of hoarding material wealth. These souls are bound face down in the dirt. Forced to stare at the earthly dust they once worshipped, they are taught the detachment necessary to look toward the heavens. On the 6th terrace, gluttony represents an overemphasis on physical consumption and bodily comfort. These souls endure extreme starvation while tantalizingly close to unreachable fruit. This environment violently enforces the virtue of temperance. The final terrace addresses lust, disordered sexual desire that has overwhelmed the soul's reason. A towering wall of roaring flames blocks the final path. This serves as the ultimate purification, burning away the last of the soul's misplaced desires. These upper terraces recalibrate the soul's priorities. By burning away the weight of obsession, Dante ensures the soul is no longer compelled by its appetites, but is instead restored to a state of proper proportion. Even Dante must personally pass through the wall of fire. He demonstrates that the alignment of the human will cannot be achieved through mere theory alone. It must be physically endured. Upon the exit of each completed terrace, an angel erases one of the 7 P's, representing sin, from Dante's forehead, signaling his progress. At the summit, the traveler reaches the earthly paradise. Here, the rehabilitated soul is restored to its original innocence. Dante's system of contrapasso proves that human free will is only truly liberated when the painful labor of self-correction is complete. Only then is the soul's desire fully aligned for its final ascent into paradise.